Hello, good morning, SAVers. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu Michael, a what looks like America and Israel smashing the international headquarter of Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. We have seen the disallowing of Iranian supreme leader talking about Ayatollah. I say this because Ayatollah before his death, was the leader of Iran, whether military or the government. And as we have it, Shiite movement in Nigeria were under the sponsorship and mentorship of Iran. To the extent that Iran Buhari, when Ezra was arrested, the then president of Iran made some diplomatic move to secure the release of Ezra, who of course is a Fulani man in Nigeria. Let me get your reaction.
Yes, I think it was still the same government that has gone down to beyond today under the supreme leader himself, according to what they call him, the leader of the Iranian Republican Guard or Revolutionary Guard, whichever way you call it. You know, but from the point of reference and everything, you can see very clearly that the sects that controls most of the proxies of Islamic attacks and agenda, you know, with Islamic ideology and Islam in radicalism. Let me just put it that way. Is actually coming from the proposed, or where it is believed that this particular sects that spread all over the world, you know, with different ideology, but still under the umbrella of Islamic ideology, is headquartered in Iran. And if you look at the Nigerian version of it, you know, it has always been linked to whatever Iran decides, you know, considering the fact that we have some extreme radical sects here in Nigeria called the Shiites and the Sunnis, and of which we are even hearing that Asad Dokubo might have actually belonged to one of these things. We have seen the reaction of Ngumi in this regard also. Well, let us see as we watch the development goes on. But currently now, the supreme leader himself, Khomeini, has been confirmed to have been eliminated by an Israeli strike right there in his hometown.
I say this because the Shiite movement in Nigeria have been designated as a terrorist group by Nigerian government. And like I said earlier on, Iran is the one sponsoring them. So does it mean, what does it mean for the Fulani terrorists?
Let me tell you, I think that is why we have different Paris government need to be investigated by the, of course, the international community to find out actually, you know, because they are this section, saying the Shiites and the Sunnis, you know, they are still headquartered in Iran. They have their headquarters in Iran. Iran controls them. Iran puts out every ideology, every mission, what they intend to achieve at the end of the day. So, but the difference is that, you know, there might be similarities of operation, but they are carrying out one agenda. Buhari is a Sunni, Sasaki is a Shiite. So, the difference in the ideology is what makes Buhari look as if he has some certain hatred or reservation against the Shiites in Nigeria, but all of them are just championing the same cause. Remember also, as maybe some can be extreme, some can be liberal, some can be ideological based on what is actually on ground. But during Buhari, it was perceived that Sasaki was actually being persecuted, you know, for being a Shiite, because the Sunnis are claiming to be superior to the Shiite. The Shiites are claiming to be superior to the Sunnis. That is the game that actually, you know, played out. But in the research of it, all of them are pursuing the same Islamic ideology, both in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world.
But if I may ask, what does it mean for the fight against terrorism in Nigeria, considering the fact that, as we speak, America puts already on ground to stamp out terrorism? Does it mean America in the coming days, in collaboration with Israel, because do not forget that even Benjamin Netanyahu have made it very clear that they are going to call to support their Christian brothers in Nigeria?
Yes, we want to see absolute deep change. We want to see total liberation in Iran. We want to see most of these nations de-radicalized. Of course, we are looking at also Pakistan. I say you can see what is happening between Pakistan and Afghanistan now is ongoing. So once we see these nations being de-radicalized, and remember, too, Iran has a secret foreign policies on Africa that is linked to Islamic ideology. That is one. Then two, the people who believe they are the Fulanis championing whatever Islamic ideology in Nigeria. But it has taken more than 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 decades they have been on this. Right from 1979 till date, right from 1979 till date. So they have deepened their policies and structures in Nigeria. The only way to go about it is very simple. Since they have refused Sharia, and they don't want to do away with whatever caliphate associated to Islamic ideology, the best thing for Americans to do, as they are already on ground, is to look inwards completely, and know that this thing, with time, they can regroup. Even if they want to play low at this point in time, because the structures are still very intact and the ideology is still the same. So I believe that the likes of, because when it has gotten to that point that we are not seeing any reaction coming from the northern part of the country over the death of Ayatollah Khomeini. If it was because it's like they are afraid of Trump now, and people are saying now, after Iran, it is official, Nigeria is going to be the next. That's purely pro-Islam and pro-North should understand very clearly this is not the sit down, this is not the time to sit down and laugh, or else a certain direction might be pushed, a certain ideology of belief or policy can be pushed against him coming ahead of 2027. So you should be very careful now with the kind of statement coming from Gumi and the kind of statement coming from Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo for some time now has been silent. He cannot come out and say, who is America? Who is this now? I think it has cleared him. It has been thrown to his face now that Trump is not joking. To an extent, it can be believed to be that he is a man of his words. What the North should be doing now is to look inwards and begin to understand that it is no longer funny. America can decide anything tomorrow against Nigeria, and of course it's not going to be Iran. I don't think Nigeria is as powerful as Iran. Let me just put it that way. Just one word, just one tweet, can calm everything down. But the first thing remains is that with what is going on and with the kind of arms that in the hands of the radical Islam in Nigeria, the only way out is to create a safe nation out of Nigeria, and that what we are advocating. The Israeli government understands this perspective very well, and for them to also to establish a deeper alliance within the African coast, West African coast, and on Africa, the continent, by granting and understanding that the northern hegemony currently under the influence of the Fulanis does not want to hear anything Christianity. An average ideology, Islamic ideology, is going towards anything that does not align with whatever they believe should be taken down completely, and it has become a threat to the world. And that is why you see America taking decisions they are taking currently now in the Middle East. Why is the North silent over what is happening to Ayatollah Khomeini? Those who are jubilating over what happened in Iran, are they not Muslim? Are they not Muslim? They are Muslims too. These are the people.
Are you surprised that a country like Saudi Arabia is supporting America?
No, if you come to what it is, the NATO, Nigeria National Atlantic Treaty Organization. If you look at NATO very well, yes, and look at what the role America played during the Second World War, trying to stop Adolf Hitler from advancing beyond what it is at that time, and other countries that America liberated that came under the umbrella of NATO, and of course that joined America in that war trying to stop the spread of communism in the country. Those groups have looked at it and said, yes, these are the people that have brought liberty to the country. But look at it very well. Out of the 56 Arab nations, about 11 of them are very rich. Then what is their contribution to the development of humanity apart from decision, apart from destruction? So looking at America themselves, the way I'm looking at it, I think to an extent they have come to identify that this will actually brought peace and life to the people of Saudi Arabia, and they signed that treaty. Look at Japan; these are the countries that have been the same umbrella with the same ideology. Let human existence and livelihood continues on a peaceful. What they are saying no. With all their weight and everything from the Arab world, they are still insisting that a certain people must go down, a certain people must not live. Just like what we're witnessing in Nigeria, everybody does not want to see what is happening in Nigeria as something that needs political and ideological solution. But you can see now the direction is going. So America is Saudi Arabia and other Arab countries. You can see they are aligning and their people are happy. It is sovereignty lies with the people. This is what the people want. They want liberty. They want education. They want freedom. They want dominion. They want to be educated. They want access to anything. They want to put their knowledge to use. They don't want to be caged as a result of one thing or the other. And that is what it is. And you can see to an extent most of those things that some of this Arab world are contesting now in some countries, or where they say extremism. That's what it's talk about. Extreme Islam. Extremism is a threat to the global world, and that is what America wants to stop.
I must say, very big thank you for your time. Thank you very much.